everyone. Welcome to day one of going from feeling fatigued to fantastic. My 30-day live webinar series, or live little 5-minute quick posts about how you can achieve energy. Most of my patients talk to me about feeling fatigued, and so I thought it would be a great way to share with you and the world about quick, simple tips to help you gain energy. So for 5 minutes a day for the next 30 days, I'm going to give some of those great tips. I'm going to try to do it around the same time, around 12:30, but being a physician, I don't always run exactly on time, but you can watch it later. So anyway, today I'm going to be talking about the 3 phases of adrenal fatigue. So what I'm going to be talking about over the next 30 days is how you can identify if you do have something more serious going on, when you need to go get help, and then tips throughout the 30 days about how you can gain energy in your life, which is really important. And it's really simple when you take the time to increase your energy. But what's important, like say you're gonna okay, I'm gonna take, this is like a 30-day challenge, and for the next 30 days I'm gonna do everything that I can to increase my energy. And I will post a little survey or adrenal kind of stress thing that you can fill out and see what level you are currently functioning at. So I'll make sure I do that. Okay, so let's get back to talking about the 3 phases. So the 3 phases of adrenal fatigue: 1, you have the alarm phase; 2, you have the resistance phase; and then 3, you have the exhaustion phase. So in the alarm phase, it's just, it's your basic reaction to stress. Let's say you were driving to work this morning and there was an accident on the freeway that caused you some stress. So that's just like basically your natural adrenal reaction, like, oh my gosh, that was scary. And you want your body to have that reaction. That's called a sympathetic reaction. That's when you're running from the bear in the woods. You want to have that reaction. So then, so that's healthy, but you still need to have support during stressful times. If you're having a lot of high stress in your life, then you're going to need to have more support, and you're probably going to be moving from phase 1, which is the alarm phase, into phase 2, which is the resistance phase. So in phase 2, what happens is you're basically tired and wired at the same time. So you're experiencing this high level of fatigue, but at the same time you're like so wired, and a lot of my patients that have fatigue also have insomnia. So it's very common. And so this is a point where it's good to start getting some lab work done. Some common symptoms I'll talk about first for that phase 2 of resistance, or the alarm phase 2, is, I remember it as salt, sugar, and sex. So your adrenal glands have a part that control those corticosteroids, or corticoids, and so the salt, so if you're craving salt in your diet, or if you're craving sugar in your diet, or you have a really low libido, those can be a first warning sign, or not a warning sign, but a first sign that you might be having some adrenal fatigue, in conjunction with having that tired and wired feeling. So that's a really great time to seek out your naturopathic physician or primary care physician to start doing some lab work. That could be a salivary cortisol test, or blood work testing hormones and DHEA. So all of those things can be very helpful. Then when we move into stage 3 of adrenal stress, it's called exhaustion. So during this phase, you probably know if you're in this phase because you really have no energy to do daily activities. That can be from getting out of bed to having a huge pile of stuff on your desk, to be doing really simple things, but even wanting to make a nice meal for yourself or your family. So in this phase, it's a little bit harder to make the shift. So it's really important to seek out medical care at this point, because then we want to do the testing and really guide you on specific supplements. So how do you know if you're in this phase? Well, it's basically like you got run over with the car like over and over and over again, and you're just like a flat tire at this point. And so we have to pump you back up with energy. And so to do that, there's lots of different ways in phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3 that I'm going to work with you over the next 30 days to really help engage your adrenal glands. And I myself, when I went through medical school, I came out totally adrenal exhausted, and I'm still working every day to help support my adrenal glands, because I also have, I've worked with patients, and that's also stressful. but in a great way. So I want to support my body, and I have learned amazing tips over the past, let's say 10 years to really help myself have more energy. And those of you that know me probably think like, yeah, she's the Energizer Bunny. So it's a great way when I have the personal perspective to help patients to really achieve energy. Okay, I'm just checking the time, make sure I'm staying on time. Okay, so what I also wanted to talk about is little tips that will help you. So first, recognizing which stage that you're in. So if you're just in stage 1, that alarm stage, you might need just some basic adrenal support. Phase 2, you're gonna need a more encompassing amount of adrenal support, and usually that's when I start to bring more supplements on board for patients with herbs and maybe B vitamins, things like that. And I'm gonna go into detail on more supplements as we move forward over the next 30 days. And then in phase 3, the exhaustion phase, it's when a lot of more things come on, and actually doing maybe even some counseling and stress management is key. Because we do live in a stressful time and society right now, and so it's important that we have the key tools in our toolbox. So I'm going to be teaching you the tools to go from fatigue to fantastic over the next 30 days, because you want to be able to have those tools as your go-to. So when the stress starts to come into your life, whether that's daily work stress, family stress, financial stress, it could be even your wellness and nutritional stress. There can be a lot of stressors that might be adding to your adrenal fatigue or adrenal symptoms. And not necessarily adrenal fatigue is not always the cause of fatigue, and I'm going to talk about that as well. So over the next 30 days, if you're interested in following along, if you have any questions about specific things that are going on in your life and how I can help address them around fatigue, please feel free to comment. And also, if you would like to have a more detailed conversation with me, you can make a free 15-minute appointment at the clinic, or you can have a full appointment where I can really evaluate what's going on with your fatigue and help you regain energy in your daily life. So I'm really excited for these next 30 days, as I hope you are. And if you're experiencing adrenal fatigue right now, don't lose hope, because you're going to be working with me over the next 30 days a little bit, but also there's a great amount of knowledge and resources out there to help you feel better. Okay, thanks so much everyone for tuning in, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.